want to change the world we're living in, and I want to make Jesus be glorified again.
That's something a lot of amateurs do a lot, is they try to bring forth emotion by putting it in their voice, and you just sound like you're like faking it in your throat. It's really bad. It's just so hard and emotional. There's no real emotion there. Hello lovely people, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today we're going to be looking at a little movie trailer. I've done a couple of these before. I reviewed the God's Not Dead 4 movie trailer, as well as the entirety of Eric Hoven's Night of the Creation Museum. Most of you will be aware by now that before I started doing this thing all the time, I worked in movies and films. I was a VFX editor. I've worked on a number of TV shows and movies, some better than others. I have a degree in film and TV. I have a master's in VFX. I like to think this is one area where I have a little bit of expertise, but a lot of interest. So I really enjoy reviewing movies and trailers and stuff, and a couple of people have sent me this one, and I just couldn't resist. This is 2025 by the Wesley Bros. It is some sort of dystopian future in which Christianity is outlawed and everything's gone to heck and communism has taken over. You know, the usual. This was made, or at least, I don't know when exactly it was finished, we can look it up later, but the trailer came out in 2021, so it's not like this was like a 10-year ago prediction. This is in 2 years' time. Full communism and religion outlawed. Or at least Christianity outlawed. I don't know if they care about the religions. For some reason, evangelicals and fundamentalists love movies as a medium. They hate video games. So, as a gamer, I am pleased to tell you that this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I'm being serious, this isn't a bit. Yeah, I dabble in Raid. I even play it on desktop. I like watching my little dudes multi-battle on auto while I'm editing. I work completely alone. It's kind of like having employees that I can send off to get resources for me, except they aren't real. I am cringe, but I am free. You know what else is free? Raid Shadow Legends. There are 4 starter champions to choose from in Raid, and I would like to direct your attention to Athel for no particular reason. I could do such a good Athel cosplay, and if you disagree, you're wrong. She's not just cute, she can boost her own attack and defense, which is pretty cool. There's also Elhain, who can do some big crits. Did you know Athel can gain an extra turn? You've got Galek, who's super fast and can reduce enemy defense, and there's Kale, who does poison damage and a big AoE. And did you know Athel's extra turn hits before enemies can strike back? She's really a perfect arena pick. Seriously, any of the 4 are a great starting choice. And if you make a horrible mistake like not choosing Athel, you can get them later in the game anyway. There are all kinds of events going on all of the time in Raid. If you're a new user and you're in the US, you can take part in the cute Valentine's Day quest going on right now. Just go to the link on screen, raidlovequest.plarium.com, enter your player ID, and set out on this heartfelt quest. Play one of the Valentine's themed minigames for a chance to win some fantastic in-game and real-life prizes. Even Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000 dues. If you're an old user from anywhere, you can go to the promo code section and enter St. Valentine's 23 to get some good freebies. I know you're out there, don't be shy. My name's Spunkledork, maybe we can be friends. If you have not yet started playing Raid, if none of the 80 million downloads are yours, you can click my link in the description, or, and this is how modern we are, you can scan this QR code on your phone. You will get unique bonuses worth $30, including free Epic Champion, Chonaru, and some other useful stuff. Brilliant time for next door to start practicing a really annoying tune on the piano. Check out the link down below, scan the QR code, be my friend. The game is completely free, you might as well. Thank you so much for listening, and to Raid for sponsoring this video and cementing my place as a real influencer at last. Somebody tell my mum. Here we go. 2025, apparently, I see. So this apparently came out in January 2021, or at least the first trailer said coming January 2021. The Wesley Bros.
Life is different now. We can't change that.
It's 2025. The world as we have known in 2020 does not exist anymore.
Okay, right, alright. First of all, audio mixing so far in the trailer, not good. Very bad. The way the audio started on the first character, so you couldn't pick up the first thing he said was really... And I will just put out there, I've always said this, audio has always been my weakest point in terms of post-production. I've always been a visual person. I studied VFX. Like, audio has always been my weak spot. But like, if I was making a movie, I'd probably hire someone like who's good at it. I don't know. It's fine. Maybe it was just the Wesley Bros that did it all themselves. Who knows? We're in LA.
Virus changed the world, and communism is all over the place.
Communism! If nobody says comrade in this trailer, I will be really upset. It doesn't... I mean, it looks... we're in New York. It looks the same. It looks okay.
A global world language developed. Meetings are illegal. Traveling is illegal.
So I think what they might have done here, I think what they might have done is something that a lot of filmmakers did at this point. Do we call the Wesley Bros filmmakers? Yeah, no, they are. They are. Let's not be mean. Which is take a lot of footage from 2020, you know, when there was like global lockdowns and these busy places looked empty and surreal and creepy. A lot of people used that for filming and took a lot of ideas from that. I mean, the pandemic was like heavy in our minds for a long time, so that's perfectly reasonable. It's just funny to be like, the world changed, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, it looks the same. Like, but being reasonable and thinking back to 2020 and 2021 and what it was actually like when lockdowns started, I kind of appreciate it more if I allow myself to go back to that mindset. So, fair play to them.
Traveling is illegal, and Christianity is illegal.
Hold on, what was the first thing that was illegal?
Meetings are illegal.
Meetings.
Traveling is illegal.
Traveling.
And Christianity is illegal.
List of things against the law in 2025. Meetings? I guess that's like a sort of post-apoc dystopian, like, you know, no groups allowed, you know, because you might collaborate sort of thing. That kind of makes sense. Kind of weird to be like, meetings are banned, because I imagine like, you know, whiteboards and offices and stuff are like banned, which is weird. Meetings, traveling, vague, don't really get it, but okay, if, maybe we're assuming that there's a ongoing global pandemic that is still really terrible in this world. Who knows? And Christianity. Those are the three things. Let's just talk about this for 1 second. I appreciate it from a Christian perspective, not as a Christian, obviously, because I'm not, but you're sort of taught as a Christian that you will be the persecuted group, that at some point Christians will be the persecuted minority, Christianity will be banned. It's supposed to be, you know, Satan / the Antichrist that is imposing that, and lots of, basically every Christian group since, I don't know, the death of Jesus has said that it's right around the corner. You know, the end is nigh. I mean, Jesus was supposed to come back in the lifetime of the disciples, so I guess we've been waiting for we've been expecting it momentarily for all of time, and that's kind of fair enough according to the doctrine. So there is constantly this feeling that the end is coming. Maybe it's in 2 years' time in 2025, and Christianity is going to be banned. If you're purely going on what you've been taught in church as a Christian, it kind of makes sense. If you think about the state of the world right now and how difficult it is to do things like that, there are countries where religions are banned, there are countries where Christianity is banned, there are countries where being an atheist is illegal, and so on and so forth. The way you do that successfully is you have a very isolated place, right? You don't allow a lot of outside influence, you don't allow a lot of inside information to get outside, and vice versa. It has to be somewhat authoritarian. I don't know exactly how. I don't know enough social sciences to know how global communism would... I don't know what it means. Here's a thing I wonder. How many of these particular kinds of Christians, the ones that are quite isolated, that are in this very fundamentalist sort of sphere, who tend to promote things like having the 10 Commandments in public places and teaching the Bible in schools, how many of those do we see petitioning against religious buildings from other faiths, or other faiths being taught in schools? What I'm basically hinting at here is how many of the kind of people that make films like this and watch films like this, how many of them would be thrilled to have, say, Islam banned? Probably a lot of them. The idea of that happening on a global scale in a couple of years is outrageously, and it's fiction, so that's okay, but it's fiction that's pursuing an agenda. And I think it's just worth noting that it's crazy impossible.
I can do the most important thing of my life. To believe.
Okay, listen. A lot of the time, bad acting, bad performance is really more down to a director than, and sometimes writing, than it is an actor's abilities. A lot of the times you will see a great actor give a terrible performance, and it's because a director just doesn't understand their on-set responsibilities with the actors. Sometimes you get a director who just looks at the camera the whole time and doesn't give an actor what they need. So I don't want to be overly critical of the acting skills of the people involved. However, I do know that that was one of the Wesley Brothers. This is one of the creators of the film. If anyone should have known the direction of the performance and stuff like that, it's him. And so I'm kind of inclined to think it might be a skill issue. Everyone has bad performances. This was 2020. He could be way better now. That was terrible. I can't do the thing that I love, the one to do the most, believe. And it's so, my god, that's some cheesy dialogue. Maybe the full film's better. Probably not, though.
To believe.
What was that sound? It sounded like the truck just burped. Hold on. Okay, there's a lot happening. This is okay. So a lot of the time, and I kind of thought this about like the first shot with the police officer where everything was a little bit blue. So this was filmed in the dark. A lot of the time you'll get dodgy day for night, which I kind of expect from sort of more indie, low budget stuff, because filming at night means you risk underexposing everything and basically everything turning out all grainy. So a lot of people will film in the daytime and then you just color grade it by basically, I'm oversimplifying, but you basically make everything a little bit blue to signify that it's nighttime. And I've seen it done on a professional scale badly as well, or at least identifiably. This is nighttime, and it's convincingly nighttime, and it's in a field, and it's scary, and it's dark. Points for that. So there's clearly, this is a gathering, and that is why it's being, stomped down on by the police, by the military, or whoever. I don't know what. We're at kind of a couple of weird sort of almost Dutch angles. Their mistake was lighting a fire. Like, I don't know what. I guess they thought they wouldn't be found out here, but that's a big fire, and they're going to see the smoke from really far away. It's kind of stupid. So I presume they were meeting to praise Jesus or something like that. I don't know what this guy's doing. Just looking up at the black sky. And then they sort of stand around awkwardly. Did they fist bump? Is that what just happened? Yeah, I think they were going for a fist bump. And then he's stamping out the fire. Again, weird angle. And then we see somebody's got a subscription for Microsoft Word. I thought this was going to be the good guys, the Christian minority underground group doing their work. Okay, this is a question for anyone who's ever worked in a sort of secretive government agency. Not really expecting any replies, but like, would they be using Microsoft Word to write down Christian conspiracy? Like, would they? Is that what would happen? I feel like that's not what would happen. Where? Not enough information yet. All we know is they are starting to something in groups in the city, unknown leader, mistake, it's Jesus. Why? To overthrow the peaceful society that we have? I know that they have to think that. I know that the Christians making this movie have to think that they're going to be seen as like villains or whatever, but why would they think that a Christian group meeting in secret would be, because like this is a private document, this would say what the baddies really think, and it's like, well, they met up at a bonfire and were praising Jeebus, they're clearly going to overthrow our society. What the fuck? How? We have no idea how they are doing this, but they somehow, how they're doing what? Meeting up? Okay, I'm sorry, I just wanted to read that and figure out what was happening, because it seemed a little weird.
Our great leaders created a system, the United Nations.
It's like he wasn't quite willing to really commit to the role, But, or maybe he was playing that way intentionally. Maybe his character is conflicted and that's why he couldn't quite commit to pretending to be really into it. Our great leaders created a system of
The United Nation. Eat!
What did he say? Eat? So a woman got shot
Eat!
and fell down.
Go! Do not hold back any method. The United Nation. Eat! Go! Do not.
It sounds like he's saying eat and go. I'm going to turn on captions. I don't know if they, oh, they're auto-generated. They didn't do captions for their trailer. It doesn't even come up on the auto-captions. The captions don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Tell me in the comments, please, what the hell he said there. Eat and go! Is the audio, maybe he said it fine and the audio is just balanced badly. I don't know.
Do not hold back any method to eliminate.
Don't hold back any methods. The writing doesn't even... It's like they haven't even quite got a good grasp of sentence structure, let alone for, like, good quality action writing. Oh, I feel so sad. This is an amazing set, by the way. Of, like, this is supposed to be, like, the great world communist organization's military.
Eliminate.
And they're in, like, a shitty little room with a lamp. Like, one lamp. And...
This problem.
Why is there a lamp there? Can we talk about that? Why is there a lamp there? Maybe there's a plot-based reason in the full movie, but there's overhead lighting, and there's, like, lamps on the desks and stuff, and then at the front of the room there's just a standing, like, living room lamp. It's so out of place, and it's, like, taking up half the screen like it's really important. I am baffled. Carry on.
I won't give up the fight. Neither will I. I want to make a difference. I want to change the world we're living in, and I want to make Jesus be glorified again.
Bless this woman for having we got no idea who she is. She's got one tiny line of dialogue in this trailer, and she delivers it better than any of the other actors. Still kind of a little bit like, I really want to change the world, but nowhere near, like, much, much better than any of the rest of it. We got a little Jesus cross, which I feel like should be more hidden if Christianity is illegal, like maybe a longer chain, I don't know, just something. And then we throw the dialogue back to this fucking guy, the Wesley Bro, that, bless him, he can't act for shit. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. Look, maybe this was just a really bad day for him. It's a director's job to see that performance and go, no, we need to do that again. Give it some more of this, give it some more of that, maybe try it in a different way. Don't strain it like you're gonna cry, because that is, like, this is speaking as an amateur myself, okay? That is something a lot of amateurs do a lot, is they try to bring forth emotion by putting it in their voice, and you just sound like you're, like, faking it in your throat. It's, like, really bad. It's just so hard and emotional. There's no real emotion there, and people can tell there's no real emotion there. You're just trying to encourage it from, like, your throat, and it just sounds like you're not acting. You don't feel it. I'm not convinced by this guy's desire to glorify Jesus at all. And that's, like, the core of the entire thing. So for that to have stayed in the movie and been put in the trailer that's meant to attract people, I have no faith in the director because of these performances. And I want to put that more on the directing than on the acting, but because I know that this guy is one of the Wesley Bros that made it, I'm, like, happy to criticize him more, I guess. Oh, it's bad. This should go without saying, but because a lot of people watch content, my content, but also in general, on a very kind of superficial level, and tend to guess at people's intentions and beliefs without actually really interacting with them. I don't want any religion to be illegal, including Christianity. I do believe in freedom of religion, including freedom from religion. I think it's very important that everyone should be able to practice however they please. And I think that's one of the things that people who make these kind of movies and make these kind of conspiracies and predictions forget, that a lot of people, whether they are atheist, whether they are of a different religion, most of those people would support them, a Christian, in fighting for their freedom of religion. I would absolutely support them in any fight that was necessary to grant them freedom to practice their own faith and believe what they believe. Which is also why I think it's so incredibly unlikely for a global scale Christian ban, because most people, and again, this is why the kind of places that do ban those sort of things are more authoritarian, because most people support other people's freedoms, right? Even if we disagree with what they believe, we still want them to be able to believe those things, because it's a fundamental human right. I kind of think, or I wonder, I suppose, if a lot of these fundamentalists really think that the atheists would like to ban Christianity, you know, and that's how something like this could happen, because there are more atheists in power today than there used to be, especially when it's coming from like a US perspective or something like that. I just kind of wanted to highlight that and be like, no, that's not what people are like in the normal world. Anyway, back to this guy. We're gonna have to watch the end of this guy's terrible performance again. I'm so sorry.
I want to make a difference. I want to change the world we're living in, and I want to make Jesus be glorified again.
Maybe. Okay, one tiny other aside. Look at this hacker screen. Oh, are they mining Bitcoin? They're mining Bitcoin, I think. As somebody who knows more tech stuff than me, are they mining Bitcoin? Because it kind of looks like that's what they're doing, but then there's like a video up there. I'm not sure. There's a pickaxe and a load of little bees, which makes me think they're mining Bitcoin. I don't know what... Is that part of the Christian resistance, or is that a villain? Ooh, maybe these are Christians that are into Bitcoin. Whoa, let's take a look at that stunt one more time. It's that guy again. I get the feeling he's the main character. And I also get the feeling that might be a little bit of nepotism, because it's not because of his acting skills. Look at him go, he's sprinting. Why is there a punching bag there? Okay. Look, you can make good indie films. You can make amazing films on a terrible low budget. One of my favorite genres is found footage, especially found footage horror. Really love it. I hate this. I hate this because it looks like it's had money spent on it. And I believe they crowdfunded their website. Let's have a look at their website for a second so you can understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this is the Wesley Bros website. I hate their logo. It's fine, but to me, it looks like we spent a lot of money on this epic cinema logo. Like, it looks like something that you'd get a template for on a template website, which again is fine. Use templates. I think that's a good idea on saving money, but it shouldn't look like a template when you're done. You know, like that cinema, like massive, like more exciting than the movie. I don't know. I just think it's a mistake, and I don't think half their website should just be their logo moving across the screen dramatically. So this is their website. They made this film called A Law for Christmas, which was a romance, I guess. Oh no, that's their next film. Their next film is going to be A Law for Christmas. I wonder if let's learn more. I wonder if it's starring the same Wesley Bro as one of the main characters. To introduce people to the true meaning and values of Christmas. A Jesus. Our estimated budget for this project is $50,000 to $100,000 for a movie that is abysmally, it sounds like a lot of money. That is abysmally tiny for like if you're going to make something that is like feature length, that is very, very small. That is vaguely respectable for an indie movie of this scale. They also seem to say they're going to be very transparent about their costs and stuff, so in terms of their fundraising, completely fine. Fine by me. I think it's fine. We won't be able to hire Oscar actors. I assume they mean Oscar award-winning actors. But we want to hire professional actors, especially for the main roles. Do you think they paid that Wesley brother the same they paid their other actors, or do you think he did act? Because if he fulfilled that role to save money, I would be more sympathetic to the terrible acting. Obviously, I think you should hire actors to work in your things. If anybody's working on anything and needs like a little British pixie person, I'm available, by the way. I do have a showreel. I'll leave it for you down below, just in case. I am willing to be a lot more forgiving of that performance if that is what's going on. Oh, wow. Okay, 2025 apparently had a budget of €5,000, which my browser is telling me is about £4,444, which is a really nice number. It was shot in the middle of the first Corona winter. Was a great success. Although even the actors were amateurs, many millions of people have seen the film, and a large number of newspapers, blog posts, podcasts and YouTube videos have addressed the film. It doesn't specify, it's not like, 4.1 stars or anything. It's just like, people have reacted to this movie. Featured on 90 plus websites. Oh, we're adding to they can add us to their numbers. Wasn't that nice? If you click on I thought this was funny, if you click on the movie 2025 page, it just directs to a page not found. So I presume they deleted it when they finished the movie maybe? But they've just got the basic WordPress layout still there instead of removing the page. And then if you go to the Wesley Bros YouTube, which this directs to, you've got the Wesley Bros and 2025, just I guess because it's the name of the movie, and they've got a couple of behind the scenes, but nothing since the second trailer for this movie 2 years ago. That being said, the full movie is available on Vimeo, and you can rent it for $2.94. So, if you want me to react to the full movie, I will invest $2.94 to do so. Let me know. I will have to, make a lot of notes. It will be a proper video thing. It'd be kind of like the Eric Hoven Night at the Creation Museum one, where I'll stand up and go through it and kind of do it in a professional manner rather than this kind of doing it together. So are there ratings on here? Are there ratings on Vimeo? I don't feel like there are. But yeah, definitely leave a comment if you want me to watch the movie, because I will do it. Maybe the intention was good, I'm assuming, but the acting, sound, light, story sucked big time. You guys can do better. Should be recategorized as satire comedy. You did it, guys. You created something worse than My Immortal and Cut-Offal Salad? That's potato salad, right? Is that a movie? Let me know. Oh, you can also watch it on Christian Cinema, of course. I'm betting the reviews are a lot better on Christian Cinema than they are on Vimeo. What about Amazon? If it's on Amazon, we might get some reviews. Ooh, 2.5 stars. You know what? That's not that bad. Could be a lot worse. 371 reviews. Haters of Jesus hate this film. Surprising? No. If you want me to watch and review the full film, we'll look at reviews of the film at the end of that. I won't look at any more today. I don't want to be too mean to them because, look, making a film, and I say even if I feel the same about books, even if I read somebody's moderately terrible book, if somebody's written a whole ass book, that's a fucking amazing achievement, and I think the same about making a film, to be honest. It is terrible. The acting is not good in this trailer, especially from the main cast member, which is it makes it much harder to watch if your main character is not delivering a believable performance, especially if you're supposed to be. It's supposed to reflect your true beliefs. If this person is dedicated to making movies to share the love of Jesus, that should come through in his acting because that should be real and genuine anyway, at least a little bit. Which shows it might just be something like nerves or unfamiliarity in front of a camera, or I don't know. That does make it hard to watch. But they filmed it during COVID. They filmed it on a tiny budget. They edited it real quick. And I think they should get some kudos for all of those things. I want to be fair about this because it's an achievement. It's really bad, but it's still an achievement, and I wouldn't want to stop them from making other things because here's the thing as well. Making a movie under terrible constraints, time constraints, with a global pandemic, with limited resources and access to actors and things like that. If the next time they get a bigger budget, which it sounds like they're going for, and they hire professional actors and they're much more learned, they've got all the experience from this, they probably will make something much, much better next time. So I don't want to be overly critical and put people off, because here's the thing as well, filmmaking is fantastic and it's fun. It's a really, really fun thing, and I'd hate to just dump on indie movies and put anyone off making something on a budget, because you absolutely should. You've got to have something really unique and well written. That's the thing, is you can have all the garbage, when it comes to technical things, whatever. Look at Blair Witch, okay? You don't need the highest end equipment. You can be forgiven for having shoddy lighting and all of that stuff if you've got a well written, good idea. And unfortunately, this film doesn't really have that at the heart of it. It seems like they were latching on to all these other conspiracies about, what Christianity being persecuted in the near future. This is what it's going to be like, and we've got to spread the message right now. That's what it feels like, rather than somebody actually having a unique idea for making a movie. So that is my thoughts. It was more than one, substantially more than one, on 2025, the apocalyptic Christian movie about a communist single world government, which I'd love to know more about that. I kind of want to watch the movie just to understand the setting a little bit better. Am I going to end up watching this just for me? Maybe. I'd really, if you would like to see more movie reviews and stuff like that, let me know, because it is an area I kind of know things about and I get really excited talking about. So I am happy to do stuff like that. Let me know what you thought of both this video and of 2025 down below. Especially let me know any cool little projects you've worked on. Any little films, animations, I don't know, voice stuff. I think we are in a fantastic time, to be honest, for indie media. Like, indie video games are taking off in a huge way. Indie movies are becoming a lot more mainstream. So yeah, share the love. Share your favorite indie projects as well. Because I genuinely think that the more people make things because they want to, the more creativity and beauty and stuff there is in the world. And that was probably a bit much, so we better wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I must give a huge shout out to my giant chickens and my colossal quackers over on Patreon. There are some nice perks over on the Patreon. You can get access to some extra content, some uncut, long versions of videos on here. We do a monthly hangout for giant chickens and colossal quackers. It's an amazing way to help this channel. I really appreciate it, so consider checking that out. And do subscribe here if you haven't already. Go and take a look at my behind-the-scenes casual life channel, Emma Thorne Extra. I also have a gaming channel at Little Duck Gaming. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of spoopy games. We do a lot of wholesome games. It's all the whole spectrum. And I stream on Twitch 3 times a week. You can find me over there at Emma Little Duck. We also have channel memberships on this channel now. We've got 20 members. Isn't that cool? And the more members we get, the more stupid emotes I can put up. You get some little stupid Emma emotes, or emotes, if you will, and I give those comment priority, so I'll always go and check about once a week all the comments from channel members, and I will look at them and like them. That is all of the things plugged, so thank you very much again for watching. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you really soon.